You know things are going good for the Xbox brand when the Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella is talking about the company's plans for Xbox as well as their future plans and actually beating companies like Sony to the punch. And I think that this is something that's going to be very big for next generation going forward because it makes a lot of sense, and it makes a lot of sense that Microsoft is on the forefront of this, even though Sony were the ones that kind of were doing some of this stuff first and just happened to, not be able to accomplish the way that Microsoft is going to be able to do it, because obviously Microsoft has a lot more money and funding behind it than Sony does. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this kind of plays out in the future. But I'm going to be able to link this due to this article being on Business Insider, and Microsoft CEO basically laid out its vision for the future of Xbox, as well as the Netflix for games, which is obviously Project xCloud to stream high-end video games to any device. He says we describe it as shorthand Netflix for games at an invitational meeting at Microsoft headquarters on Monday, speaking about Microsoft's cloud ambitions outside of software, and more specifically the company's ambitious push into video game streaming with Project xCloud. The idea is simple: play high-quality blockbuster games on any devices. Internally, Microsoft refers to it by the nickname Netflix for games, and he said that the industry generally calls it this idea. Rather than your device powering the game, a more powerful computer somewhere remote would power it. You only have to stream it to your phone, game console, or laptop, or wherever you want to, and whatever device you want to. So the concept is simple, but the execution is much more difficult. Video games often demand precision timing, at the kind of unpredictable latency introduced by streaming over the internet is difficult to mitigate. Nearly every major tech company is working on a form of video game streaming technology right now, but Nadella thinks Microsoft is in a better position to tackle the issue than the competition, namely Sony. We have as much of a shot to build a subscription service as anybody else, he said. Some have been announced or already operating, like Sony's PlayStation Now, while others are a little more than whispers at the moment, like streaming services from Verizon and Amazon. And Nadella said Microsoft had the upper hand with its Xbox gaming arm, which gives Microsoft a strategic advantage that much of the competition is lacking. We have a huge back catalog, which is we have our own games, he said, referring to the Microsoft published back catalog of games on Xbox that includes Halo, Forza, and much more. He also pointed to services like Xbox Live, which draws tens of millions of paying monthly users, and the company's ability to synergize between Windows and Xbox. We have a structural position in that we both have a console business as well as a PC business, which happens to be bigger than the console business when it comes to gaming. And then they talk about Play Anywhere initiative for evidence of the cooperation. The initiative has been huge for stoking goodwill with players. You buy an Xbox Play Anywhere game on the Xbox One or Windows 10, and you immediately own it in both places at no additional cost. It's part of Microsoft's big push within the group, led by Microsoft's Vice President of Gaming, Phil Spencer, to make Xbox into a platform rather than a piece of hardware. There are 2 billion people who play video games on the planet today. We're not going to sell 2 billion consoles. Many of those people don't own a television. Many have never owned a PC. For many people on the planet, the phone is their compute device. It's really about reaching a customer wherever they are on whatever devices they have. So very interesting stuff that they are talking about, the ability that their exclusives actually wins them some of this race, and that they have more quality streaming capabilities than the competition like Sony. I will link this article in the description. Check it out. Please like, share, subscribe if you enjoy the content. Hit that bell so you're notified of all the content as soon as it drops. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.